Hi friends, good morning. Happy Monday. We are still reading Miss Jaffe is Daffy. We just found out Miss Jaffe's in charge and she's a little crazy, right? Like this concert was like happening in the hallway and all this weird stuff is happening. And we also kind of see that like Arlo doesn't want to say that Andrea is beautiful, right? But we already sort of know from the lie detector test a couple of books ago that like he really does have a crush on her, right? So chapter 4 starts off with a bit of a pun. Check this out. It says, the new phys ed teacher. Usually when you say phys ed, that's short for physical education, and that would be spelled PH, like phys ed. But this kind of fizz is the fizz like fizzled in your drink. When you drop like a Skittle inside your soda, it would fizz, right? The bubbles, that like part of it, it's fizzing. So it's definitely the wrong kind of fizz. I don't know if that means something or not, or maybe it's just Mr. Gutman being Mr. Gutman, But let's check it out. We're on chapter number 4, and if you're reading along, we're on page number 26. The bell rang, and everybody rushed to their classrooms. We pledged the allegiance with Mr. Granite. Then our computer teacher, Mrs. Yonkers, came into the classroom. I have bad news, Mrs. Yonkers told us. There's no computers this week. What? Why not? Asked Emily. I love computer class. She looked as if she was going to cry, like always. As you know, this is Civil War week, Mrs. Yonkers told us, and kids don't have computers during the Civil War. They didn't, Ryan said. How could they get on the internet then? There was no internet, Mrs. Yonkers said. What? No internet, I said? No YouTube? Sometimes me and my friends go on YouTube and search for people falling down or hamsters playing the piano. I could watch that kind of stuff for hours. Do you guys do that? That's so weird. Hamsters playing piano? I'll have to look it up later, I guess. What a horrible world it must have been without computers, Ryan said. Mrs. Yonkers told us that during the Civil War there were no calculators, no DVD players, no iPods, no airplanes, no cars, no light bulbs, no video games. Did they have cell phones? Asked Neil the nude kid. Cell phones, Mrs. Yonkers said? They didn't even have regular phones. How about big screen TVs? Asked Michael. Big screen TVs, Mrs. Yonkers said. They didn't even have small screen TVs. What? We were all amazed. No TVs, I said. Those poor kids. How did they survive? Back in Civil War days, Mrs. Yonkers told us, kids would actually go outside and play. Play outside, Ryan asked. Why would anyone want to do a crazy thing like that? That reminds me, Mr. Granite suddenly said. We have to go. It's time for phys ed. Phys ed! Yay! Phys ed is my favorite part of the day because we get to play sports and games and run around the gym instead of learn boring stuff. Our phys ed teacher, Miss Small, is really off the wall. We walked 1,100,000 miles to the gym, but when we got there, Miss Small wasn't around and the gym smelled funny. What's that weird smell? I asked. I think it's incense, said Andrea. I never heard of that stuff, but it stinks. I thought I was going to throw up. In the far corner of the gym, there was a guy laying on the floor. We all ran over to see if he was okay, and that's when I saw that the guy wasn't really laying on the floor. He was laying on a bed made of nails. A bed made of nails? The guy got up. He was wearing a turban on his head. Oh, excuse me, he said in a squeaky voice. I was just taking a nap. On nails? Neil asked. Doesn't that hurt? Not at all, he said. It's very comfortable. Studies show that children learn faster when they sleep on a bed of nails. Those kids are weird. I know what I would learn if I slept on nails. I would learn to get those dumb nails and go to sleep in a real bed. And that's when Miss Jaffe came into the gym. Okie dokie, she said. I want to introduce you guys and gals to Swami Banana. He's from India. His name is Have a Banana. Look, like have a banana. His name is. Do you see it? Have a banana. Good day, Swami Have a Banana, said as he bowed to us. It's a most beautiful morning in which to be alive, is it not? Where's Miss Small? We all asked. Oh, her, said Miss Jaffe. I fired her, by golly. Swami Have a Banana is our new gym teacher. Look, the picture is so distracting. Look at him. What is he doing? He's a gym teacher. That is not how gym teachers are supposed to look, for sure. Oh, man. What? We all yelled. Miss Smalls just wanted to play sports and silly games, said Mrs. Jaffe. What a waste of time. Studies show that sports and games don't help children learn. Swami Have a Banana has some different ideas, don't you, Swami? Oh, yes, he said. We're going to learn about yoga. Yoga? You mean we're going to learn about that little dude in Star Wars, I asked? That's Yoda, you dumbhead, said Andrea, rolling her eyes. I knew that, I lied. My dad told me there was a guy named Yoga who played for the Yankees, said Michael. That's Yogi, dumbhead, said Ryan. Yoga is a way to achieve inner peace and tranquility by performing specific body positions. I didn't know what this Swami guy was talking about. This is camel pose, he said, getting down on his knees and leaning his head all the way back. And this is cobra pose. And this is fish pose. Swami Have a Banana twisted himself into a bunch of very weird positions. Can we do the football pose? Asked Neil the nude kid. Oh, well, I've never heard of that one, Swami said. But who wants to try a yoga pose? Me, shouted Andrea, waving her hand around like she was washing a window. Andrea volunteers for everything, so teachers will like her. If a teacher said they needed a kid to jump off the roof, Andrea would probably volunteer. Of course, Swami Have a Banana picked her. I need a boy too, he said. Me and the guys looked at our feet so that we wouldn't get picked. If you look at your feet, the teachers never call on you. That's the first rule of being a kid. The only problem was that Ryan and Neil and Michael were all fake coughing into their hands, muttering, AJ, AJ. Where's AJ? Asked Swami Have a Banana. Over there, all the guys pointed at me. Michael gave me a shove, and Swami told me to stand next to Andrea. Mrs. Jaffe said that she had to go check on the other classes. I bet you Swami Have a Banana will have you guys and gals very relaxed, she said. Okie dokie, I'll be back in a jiffy to see how AJ and Andrea are making out. Oh, Ryan said, AJ and Andrea are going to be making out. They must be in love. When are you going to get married? Asked Michael. If those guys weren't my best friends, I would hate them. See you tomorrow.